What's happening, everybody? It's that time again. It's time for the Power Hour coming at you every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Max Wagers Network. I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and I've got three expert handicappers on today that are going to give you their plays on some college football and NFL matchups happening this weekend. We're going to start it out with Jesse Schul. We've got Sean Higgs, and finishing it up with Cameron Ross. It's his birthday, everyone. So let's get this party rolling right along. But before we get going, everybody like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. All right, with me today, Jesse Schul, the Iceman, is here. We're talking Wake Forest and Florida State. How you going, Jesse?
Doing pretty well. Good to see you again, Allie. It seems like just a few minutes ago we were doing Morningwood.
Yes, thank you for coming on the Morningwood Show every Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Always great to have you on. Lots of good stuff that we talked about there. We're just going to continue all those great picks we had on Morningwood over here to the Power Hour. So talk to me. Wake Forest at Florida State. Florida State minus a whole touchdown here. The total 63.5. What do you got going on for this one?
Well, what a game between Wake Forest and Clemson last Saturday. Sam Hartman threw for 337 yards and 6 touchdowns on 20 of 29 passing in a double overtime loss. Clemson won that one 51-45. Now, teams coming off losses like that are almost an automatic fade for me. I mean, just devastating to put your heart and soul into 2 overtimes, come out on the wrong end. Of course, now they're going out on the road. And this Florida State team looks like they're for real. I mean, especially that win over LSU, that's looking pretty good right now, the way LSU's played since that loss. FSU comes in averaging 38 points per game, played a solid schedule, as I mentioned, LSU, Louisville, Boston College. Jordan Travis at quarterback, he might not be putting up the numbers that Sam Hartman's putting up, but 945 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 66% passing. Florida State is the more complete team, more well-rounded, more balanced, better defense. I believe perhaps better coaching. I think this is just a really – it looks like a lot of points, but I think it's a tough spot for Wake Forest. I'd have to lean toward Florida State here.
All right. Florida State is the way better coaching was really like, as you were going through those, then you said it. But yeah, better coaching is really kind of what stands out for me more. And you're right. Not only is it a devastating loss, but they played 2 overtimes. They're tired. They're upset. They're on the road. Let's roll with the home team here. We're taking Florida State -7. If you want more of Jesse Schul's premium plays, he is right at the tops of the leaderboard right now. Head over to picksandparlays.net and use the promo code NFL. It'll save you 20% off whatever you snag from Jesse. Also, don't forget, we're doing a really awesome promo right now over at the site. You can pick any 2 of your favorite handicappers and get all of their picks for 7 whole days for only $115. Just go to picksandparlays.net/double to claim that prize. All right. So like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Don't forget the Power Hour is on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay. We are moving into the NFL. Let's talk Rams at the 49ers. Little rematch from last season's playoffs. We got the Niners -1.5. Of course, Jimmy G is taking the place of Trey Lance. The total on this one is a 43. What do you see happening here, Jesse?
Well, Ellie, handicapping is all about winning. It's not a popularity contest. Nope. And I got a few things I'm going to say. And if you're a 49ers fan, you probably want to turn down your volume a little bit. You mentioned Trey Lance. So the organization decided they were going to go with Trey Lance this season. Questionable decision. I mean, we saw a bit of Trey Lance last year. I wasn't that encouraged with what I saw. Jimmy G did win a lot of games for them last year. Jimmy G has his faults, but they've won a lot of games with Jimmy G. So I think it was a mistake to start with Trey Lance. Then they bring in Jimmy G, and then it's like, oh, no, he doesn't look that great either. And I think it's a problem with the organization. I'm going to look at Coach Kyle Shanahan. You got to look at his track record. Last year in the NFC Championship game against these Rams, they're up 17-7. They blow that lead. You look back to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. You're up by double digits in the fourth quarter of a Super Bowl. What do? You run the ball. What happens? Jimmy G attempts a 20-plus yard pass, gets picked off. All of a sudden, the Chiefs are in the end zone, and it's game over for the 49ers. And then, of course, you got the that epic comeback by the Patriots, and you add it all together, and the last 3 playoff losses for Kyle Shanahan's teams, they were outscored 53-0 in the fourth quarter. That doesn't say a lot about Kyle Shanahan as a coach, and you got Sean McVay on the other side. He's a crafty fella. The Rams are, of course, defending Super Bowl champs. They still got a lot of talent. They still got the better quarterback in Matthew Stafford. They still got Cooper Kupp. And the 49ers are a little banged up. I think the wrong team is favored here. I'm going with the Rams.
All right. I got to say, I'm with you on this one. I think the Rams are kind of in a spot, too, where, they've got all these expectations on them, and they really kind of need to, put the pedal to the metal in a sense. So Jesse is rolling with the Rams plus 1.5. I would sprinkle that money line, too, just for a little plus money honey action there. Also, don't forget, we've got that 2-capper special going on over at the site, picksandparlays.net/double. Pick any 2 of your favorite cappers, maybe Jesse the Iceman Shul for you. Any 2 cappers, you'll get all their picks for 7 straight days for only $115. It's a really great deal, so don't forget to head over to the site. You can find Jesse over at picksandparlays.net. He's all over the leaderboards. Use the promo code NFL to save 20% off his picks. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. Power Hours on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right. So we are moving right along here. Thank you so much for joining us, Jesse. We'll see you next week on the Power Hour.
See you next week.
All right. So we've got Sean Higgs. We've got Cameron Ross. They're coming up. More football to talk about. So we're going to bring in Sean Higgs. We're talking about a big one here. SEC, Alabama, Arkansas, minus 17 for the Elephants. On the road at Arkansas, the total 61 here. What do you got going on?
Yeah, people can talk about Alabama on the road, right? 2019, hung in there against Texas, probably should have lost. They lost at A&M, who they have on deck, 41-39 last year. Auburn, 24-22 overtime. Florida, 31-29. So you're thinking, wow, how are you laying 17? This line opened at 15. It's now 17. And I got to tell you, I'm going to lay it with Alabama here. I already did at the earlier number. Last year, 42-35. And I just look at these matchups playing Arkansas, and I see 52-3, 48-7, 65-31, 41-9. I see a team that is not ready to compete. Maybe last year they got in there because Alabama took a little night off or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to lay it. I know the road numbers are not there. Arkansas's, come on, they're off an A&M game, which they had a 14-0 lead in the first quarter, and they peed away and end up losing 23-21 late. And I know Bama's got A&M big game on deck, but something tells me here, I'm just going to go opposite of what probably people are thinking, even though the line's gone up. But the Sharps are probably going to be with the 17 the way Alabama plays on the road and what they've seen. I'm going opposite. I'm taking Alabama. I think they get it done just because, come on, sort of last year, they outscored them 100-10 the last 2 times they played these guys. 165-40 in 3 games. 190-50. I mean, what are you talking about? No, I'll lay the 17. I'll take my chances here. We're rolling the dice with Bama and Saban. Let's go.
All right. I would stick this in a teaser before I just laid a straight 17, but you're the boss, applesauce, and I know you're not a huge teaser also. So that is Sean Higgs' pick. Alabama minus 17 when they take on Arkansas. Don't forget, guys, you can get your any 2 cappers for 7 full days for only $115. Head over to picksandparlays.net/double. Maybe it's Jesse Shul and Sean Higgs. Maybe you get those 2. Pick your cappers and get a really great deal. Someone like Sean Higgs is going to give you like 50 picks in a day. Just saying. I mean, what do you average per day on picks?
Well, it depends. Like I tell you, I got 2 baseball today, but yesterday I had 9.
Yeah.
But college football, I think I have 15 up for Saturday, another 10 NFL for Sunday. Listen, a college football, basketball, you're going to have 15 to 30 picks on a Saturday when there's 140 games going. So
that's just it. It makes sense. It's the law of averages. Everybody, don't forget also to like and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications. The Power Hour is on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, so let's roll into some NFL here. Sean Higgs, the Broncos are at the Raiders. It's a -2.5 for the home team. 45.5 is our total here. This is a tough one. I kind of like the Raiders here, but I can't even fire on it. What do you got going on, Higgs? What's your
Of course you like the Raiders because you're a Vegas girl. Of course,
I hate the Raiders. Don't get me wrong.
Listen, I actually kind of like the Broncos here, but I'm going to go under. You can throw out the Broncos in the series are, or let's just say the Raiders are 9-1 ATS in this series against Denver of late,
Okay.
and but again, as underdogs, the dog is 7-1 in the series, so that's neither here nor there because the Broncos now got a guy who's probably a Hall of Fame quarterback running the team. But what have you seen out of this team? I saw 11 points where I had Denver last week. I had them. I had them at a bad number of 3. I had them at the opener thinking I'm going to get garbage Lance in there. And as Jesse said, I say it all the time about Shanahan. What a terrible coach. I mean, he's, in prime time, he gets outclassed even by a garbage coach like we have here in Hackett. But 11 there, 16 versus 10 versus I almost called them Tennessee Titans because they're the Houston Oilers anymore. I get confused with these guys now. They changed their name on me.
Bud. That was like 100 years ago.
Yeah, but still, listen, I'm a Houston guy now. Come on, they're always the Oilers now.
I literally grew up in Houston when they were the Oilers. So
16 off of a game, we saw the loss on opening night, and that was the spot you say that should have been a 30-point outburst. And where's the offense coming from? And the defense 10-9-17. They're going to come with defense. The offense has not found the playbook yet. Russ is cooking. It turns into spam on burnt toast. The guy's terrible. It's like, hey, I'm going to boil water, and the house catches on fire because it wasn't water boiling. It was oil, and then the whole stove lights up. It's terrible. And then you got Vegas. Okay, 24-19 against the Chargers. Kind of low score in there. Everybody's thinking shootout, but the Raiders do what they do, shoot themselves in the foot.
Right.
29-23. That crazy game versus the Cardinals losing overtime. That game was 23-7 halfway through the fourth quarter. No way it should even got near the over. Another under spot there with this offense. And then opening day, what do we got? Last week, 24-22. It was 24-16. Cruise into no scoring, and you score with no time on the clock or whatever they did. This offense with Carr looks bad because the offensive line is terrible. Carr's not in sync with anybody on the team. Adams, everybody's all pumped up about him. He doesn't see the ball enough. Renfro, when he sees it, he thinks it's he's like a greased pumpkin watermelon. He's just the ball's all over the place with him. He can't hold on to it. How do you trust? Give me the under here. This is going to be a first team to 16 points probably wins this one. I'm again the way Denver's played and the Raiders. What is this going to be? 23-16. I can't see more than that. 45 is too many.
Under we go. Hunter Renfrow is a baseball player for me. He just is. Okay. When they talk about Hunter Renfrow, the football player, I don't even know what's going on. Anyway. Okay. So
is he on a Brewers, Renfrow? Was he on the Brewers?
Yeah. But every time I hear his name, I'm like, he plays football now? Wow. What an amazing athlete.
He's Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders rolled into one.
Proud. Yeah. His parents.
Who else? Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey was another two-way player. Brian Jordan, maybe. Brian Jordan.
I actually Googled this at the bar the other night, like who has done 2 sports and blah. We had this whole conversation the other night. Anyway, don't forget any 2 cappers for 7 full days, only $115 when you go to picksandparlays.net/double. That's the way you capitalize on that little promo there. I was going to call it an investment, but it's not an investment until you invest, which is a good idea, by the way. Also, like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. The Power Hour is on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, Sean Higgs. We'll check you out on Midday Money every single day at noon right here on the Max Wagers Network. I'll see you soon, friend.
Take it easy.
Excuse me. Okay, I had to clear my throat because it's important that I sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You're 33 today. How's it going, Cam?
What up? How is everybody?
I'm fantastic. I bet you are too.
Yeah, I'm pretty swell.
You look older. You look older.
4-month-old baby.
That's just it. All right, let's talk a little college football. I am going to this game. I shall be here. So look for me on TV, okay? Oklahoma State is at Baylor. Baylor's a -2, and the total is 56.5. What do you got going for me, Cam?
Yeah, this is a really exciting game, and good on you for getting to go. I would go, but you didn't invite me.
I didn't.
So
Sorry.
But no, these are two good teams. Two top. Clearly, they're two top 25 teams, but Oklahoma State, they're quite good, but they've played Central Michigan, Arizona State, and UAPB. Baylor, on the other hand, has played in BYU. If their kicker could make a field goal, they would have won.
Right.
They beat the hell out of Texas State, and then they went on the road last week and played Iowa State. I like Baylor here. Oklahoma State has an offense scoring almost 52 points a game, but again, they haven't played anybody.
Right.
Baylor has played 2.
Don't discount Arkansas Pine Bluff, okay? No,
All
just
right.
kidding. Go ahead.
But they haven't played the competition, and Baylor's allowing 16, not even 17 points a game. They're allowing just over 300 yards. The Baylor crowd, I think, is going to be loud. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be back and forth. And this one's a -2. That's in pick'em territory for me. I am going to take Baylor -2 here, but I'm also going to take them on the money line just in case anything fishy happens. But I do like Baylor here. I think Baylor will continue to roll, and they're going to continue to build their resume because they, like I said, they lost to BYU, but if their kicker could make a kick, they wouldn't have lost. So
I was on that game.
Yeah, this is a good resume builder. Top 10 team at home, undefeated. Going to try to make their claim towards the conference. Oklahoma lost to Kansas State again. So, Baylor has their fate in their hands, and a couple of losses here and there. Baylor could see themselves. I don't think they can make it back into the playoff, but Baylor could play their way into the New Year's Six. That's for sure. That's for sure on their minds. They want to play for a big bowl. So I'm going to take Baylor.
We were talking this morning on the Morningwood Show. Jesse Schull was one of our guests, and we were talking about strength of schedule and how important strength of schedule really is. And this is kind of the perfect example of it. Baylor money line for me. It is a little rough because I really like this Cowboys team. I like Oklahoma State in basketball and in football. I root for them. So it is a little tough, but I'm going to take the home team here, and a lot of it is based on that strength of schedule. Everybody, don't forget, Cam Ross, you can find his premium plays over at picksandparlays.net, and you can use our special. Any 2 cappers, you can get all 7 days of their picks for only $115. All you got to do is use this link, picksandparlays.net/double. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring that freaking bell for notifications, man. What are we doing here but trying to give you free picks? So the least you can do is ring that bell so we can bring free picks to you with more notifications at the end. We're on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, Cam, are you ready? It's time for the rapid fire. We're going to go over 5 NFL picks in 5 minutes-ish. Ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this. We've got the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are -3 at home. The total is 41.5. Fire away.
Yeah, the Cowboys just beat one of the remaining undefeated teams. Cooper Rush, he looks like a stud. Not really, but he is playing well. He played well against the Giants. He's played well and he beat the Bengals. He looks good. He's playing well. 3-point favorite at home. That division is going to be tough, and if Dallas is going to have a shot at that division, because the Eagles are really good. The Eagles look great. Yeah. The Eagles look like the favorites in that division. But if the Cowboys are going to attempt to keep stay pace, they have to win home games and they have to beat bad teams. And like I said earlier on the free picks, this crosses both of those boxes. So I'm going to actually take Dallas to do enough to improve to 3-1 on the season with a win and cover.
All right, so Dallas Cowboys are the pick. Up next, we're talking Jags and the Eagles. Eagles are a -6.5. You were just saying how good they are. Jags, I know they just beat the Chargers, but it was like a Chargers with no Justin, and I feel like they just looked way better than they actually are. The total's 46 on this one. What do you think?
For sure, they looked a lot better than they actually are. They are getting better and they are moving in the right direction, but they're just not there yet. I do think Doug Peterson may win Coach of the Year because just something fun for all you future bettors out there, because they are going to win some games. I think they're going to win more games than they've won in several years. But the Eagles are good. The Eagles are good. The Eagles are good. The Eagles are good. I do think the Eagles are going to win this game, but I don't think Jacksonville's going to move the ball at all like they have been. Jacksonville's averaging 27, 28 points a game. I think the Eagles are going to dead that out. I think the Eagles may score up in the 20s, but I think the Eagles defense is going to control the game. Jalen Hurts, he's going to run all over them. The clock's going to go. I think the Eagles are going to win, but I like the under. I like not a lot of points in this game. I think the Eagles defense is going to slow them down. Go ahead.
I just had a thought, but I don't know if it's the appropriate time to bring it up. So we're just going to move along with it because we're in the middle of a rapid fire, people. A rapid fire. We can't slow down.
Rapid here.
Yeah. But real quick, don't forget about our promo. Any two cappers, 7 full days, $115. Do it. Picksparlays.net/double. Get it. Okay. Bills, Ravens. Let's get this party rolling right back along. Bills are -3 at the Ravens. Total is a 51. Bills coming off that loss to the Dolphins. What do you got going on this one?
Yeah, the Bills dominated every aspect of that game against Miami and still figured out a way to lose. They didn't protect the ball. They didn't take care of the ball. They didn't finish. Baltimore beat New England worse than what the score shows. But I think Buffalo's pissed. I really do. Buffalo, they've been the hype train all summer. Buffalo's going to roll. Buffalo this, Buffalo that. Josh Allen's going to win the MVP. Buffalo, on paper, they're supposed to go 17-0 or 16-0, however many. They're supposed to go undefeated, 19-0, win it all, beat everybody by 40, just coast. I think Buffalo is pissed. I really do. I think Buffalo's pissed. And I think they're gonna win this game. Miami has shown how vulnerable they are on the defensive side of the ball, and there's an offensive smoke show heading to Baltimore right now. And defensively, Buffalo is going to be able to play well. Buffalo does play well. They're allowing not even 13 points a game. I think they'll have a spy on Lamar. I think they'll keep him in check. J.K. Dobbins is, again, questionable. They don't have a running game right now unless it's Lamar. So it's either him running or he's throwing. I think Buffalo's going to hone in on it, and I'm going to take Buffalo to get this win and cover, get back on track.
There is an offensive smoke show rolling into Baltimore right now. Get ready. Get ready. Okay, Patriots and the Packers are going to go head-to-head on this one. Packers are -9.5. I know Detroit Lenny thinks that the Packers is about to smash some stuff. Total's 40.5 on this one. Are you in agreement with Lenny, or are we going another way?
Yeah, because I want him to say good luck to me. It's good luck unless you're against us.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm going to stay on board. Boom. I want to stay on board. But no, I was back and forth with this game earlier, and I actually originally picked the other way, but I started looking at it and just no way. Mac Jones, he was hurt bad, regardless of what they're saying. Bill Belichick asked today if they thought he was a doctor or a surgeon or whatever. Mac Jones is hurt, point blank period. He's hurt, and he may play, he may not, but I don't think it's going to matter. Aaron Rodgers, he's catching hell because his offense, they're not scoring, they're not moving the ball, they're not this, they're not that. So, okay, I think Aaron is going to be pissed. He's going to move the ball around. The Patriots defense isn't awesome, but any of the Patriot backups are terrible. They're not NFL players. I think the Packers are going to dominate and roll in this game. This is the Packers beat the Bucs. I think this is the part of their season where the Packers get going. Yeah. And I agree. I think this one's going to be double digits for sure, as the Packers are going to coast.
Yeah, we all kind of know that Aaron Rodgers is a little bit of a slow starter. That happened. Then he smashed the Bears. Then he beat Tom Brady. I feel like they've just got some momentum going. 9.5 is a lot of points to me, especially because I like to fade an injury report. But I think this is just a game I don't play. I don't want to lay 9.5, but I'm not going to take it either, is kind of where I'm at on this one. But I am going to play Rodgers as my fantasy quarterback over Pat Mahomes, which is who we're talking about next. The Chiefs are at the Buccaneers. Chiefs -1 at the Bucs. The total on this one's a 45. Who do I play? Who do I sit? Do I keep Rodgers in and sit Mahomes? That's my plan right now.
I don't do fantasy, so I don't have any input on that. But both of these teams took a loss last week. As we just said, Tampa Bay lost to Aaron Rodgers. And then Kansas City laid an egg and let the Colts beat them. Tampa Bay hasn't looked very Tampa Bay-like. Tom Brady has looked very mortal with and without weapons. And, he's supposed to have some weapons back this week. Mike's supposed to be back. Julio is still wishy-washy. The Chiefs also are beat up, but I trust the Chiefs. I trust the Chiefs because if Tom can't throw it, Tom can't run. If Pat can't throw it, Pat can run. Pat can move. Pat can do something.
Right.
Pat, he has a couple of good backs that he can dump it off to. He has Trav. They look good. Well, they're defensively is where it's been their issue. They gave up a bunch of points last week. They didn't finish. But even with the Tampa Bay defense allowing something like 9 or 10 points a game, I just don't know if Tampa Bay has it going on offense enough. I just don't know how it is. This field is probably going to be soggy, at least, as Lenny said earlier. It's going to be some type of weather. I just don't think Tom's going to move around good. The Bucs haven't figured it out offensively, so I'm going to take the Chiefs to get the road win and get back on the right track of things.
I was kind of thinking under also because of all the weather that's going on in Florida and all that, then maybe an under would be the play too. But I like you with the Chiefs here coming off a loss to a team. I mean, at least the Buccaneers lost to a team that's like worthy of losing to. But when you're the Chiefs and you lose to the Colts, that's a rough spot.
Yeah.
So Chiefs kind of have something to prove here, and like proving how good you are against the GOAT is a great spot to be in. So let's roll with this. We're taking the Chiefs -1. Everyone, don't forget, like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. We're on every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And again, the special deal going on over at the site, pick any 2 cappers. You get every one of their picks for 7 full days. It's 50% off. It's just $115. You just go to picksandparlays.net/double. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the Power Hour. Cameron Ross, you have the happiest birthday in the whole wide world. Okay, do it right now. Starting now. Go.
Go. Whoa.
Thanks, guys. Woo.
Yeah.